once in a while, maybe once a week out of a month, you ought to take a day off from the tweets and pay attention to the long game and recognize that Trump is just a tool being used in what extremists have been working for the past 50 years.
Again, Donald Trump is not the cause of all of our problems. The problems preceded him, and the problems will be here after he's gone.
When you sneeze, when you have a cold, something comes out of your nose, I won't call the name of it. But you don't treat that. That's the symptom of something else going on inside your body. Trump is the symptom. That's why he's so messy. We go forward a little ways, and then there's this violent, vicious, regressive pushback. She even said one time, no Obama, no Trump. All the money and power for a certain few is what they want. And they know that if we're unified and clear on what's at stake, they can have it. Therefore, the distractions. So they engage in the distractions and wedge issues to keep us from seeing what they're doing and from seeing one another. What's really going on under the tweets? Right now, there are 4 diseases, and they're all connected. 4 evils, if you will, that threaten the nation's social and moral health. Systemic racism, poverty, ecological devastation, and the war economy. But understand, Trump is the symptom. The disease didn't start with him, nor did the tactics. Systemic racism. I'm not talking about Roseanne Barr calling somebody an ugly word. That's not racism that I'm concerned about. Or not even Charlottesville, even though that is racism, but you have to understand every politician that has any sense will denounce what happened in Charlottesville. They say, oh, that's bad. But there is a racism that is not about hate, it's about power. It's not just against black people, it is against the American project itself. Because those same politicians that will denounce Charlottesville will go back to Congress and pass bills that have a disparate impact on black, brown, and poor white people. And then we have this issue of systemic poverty. We constantly hear that there are 39 million poor people in America. That's not true. There are 140 million poor and low-wealth people in America. In the richest society in human history, while people are chasing the tweets, right now in America, following the distraction, even the news media not reporting it, half of the American population, almost 43.5%, lives in poverty. 39 million children, 21 million elders, 26 million black people, 38 million Latinx, 8 million Asians, and 66 million white people are poor. And the majority of the poor live in the same states that passed racist voter suppression law. Now, isn't that something? That we do a map sometime in our teaching, and we put up all the states that did voter suppression, and then we overlay that with the states that have the highest poverty, the greatest attack on immigrants, the greatest attack on the LGBT community, the lowest union density, the lowest wages, and the highest need for health care. And it's all the same states. So that if you only knew that a state was engaging in racist voter suppression, you could almost surmise that that state was also a high poverty and a low wage state. And here is the irony. The very people that get elected by racist voter suppression laws, when they get in office, they pass bills that hurt mostly poor white women and their children. 62 million people in this country work every day and make less than a living wage. From 1979 to 2012, the income gap for the 1% grew by 82%, while the income for the bottom 99 decreased by 9%. Poverty. There are 37 million people without health care, even with the Affordable Care Act. In almost every state, as I said, that did voter suppression, denied. For every 1 million people that do not get health care, something like 5,600 people die. So there are people dying because of political murder. It has nothing to do with God calling them home. Think about it. Every senator gets free health care. Every congressperson gets free health care. Every legislator gets free subsidies for health care. Every governor gets free health care. And yet we have people so ruthless that they wake up every morning to deny their constituencies the very thing they did.